And here we go again. We're recording. I needed to save. I was getting paranoid.
Oh no, it's fine. Okay, let me just give you a quick recap then. You guys are in the barracks compound.
We're getting escorted.
And Ali, the captain of the guard, is standing with you guys. And you've just explored the body of the cult member that Jacques killed.
Damn, I actually like this system better.
What system?
Of actually stopping and saving, so when there's an actual break.
Oh, and I mean, I definitely want there to be breaks because I can't listen to 2 hours of content in one go.
I mean, there is breaks. It's just that I have to do them manually, and it's like, okay.
You should already be editing these manually.
I am, but
oh my God, Lottie.
I am, but nice. It's like trying to find a random place. Okay, I guess we ended a battle there. Yeah, but sometimes it's a little more like, okay, well, that sentence is over. I guess I'll cut here.
Exactly. No, I'm fine with you if you want to take breaks every so often.
Thank you, Rebel.
I got you.
Thank you for understanding, Rebel. You understand how this stuff works, Rebel.
All I want from you is to RP the fuck out of this. I put so much work into it. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. So what you guys kind of gather so far is Andrew doesn't trust you, but he trusts his master. Jara trusts you. So by extension, Andrew begrudgingly trusts you.
Wait, so they trust Jacques as well?
Yeah.
Ah.
Nice.
Jacques is pleased.
Jara is on your side.
Cool.
He's a cool dude.
I don't want to actually get pulled in this Scooby-Doo ass shit. I have a performance to do in 3 days or so or whatever. I don't need to be chasing ghosts.
Yeah, and I mean, you definitely know that you're not per se. Well, yeah, you would know that the family that you're that's paying you has some political stake in Wire, but you just wouldn't know anything about that. But I mean, it's not like you couldn't ask about it. You couldn't be like, hey, where's the Irkali family, which is spelled IR apostrophe Kali family.
What's Irkali family?
That's the Irkali is the patron who is financing you. And
do I sleep with anybody in the Irkali family? Is there anybody who's particularly interested in me?
They are not that large of a family.
Okay.
They are definitely a satellite family, but the fact that there's an ear before their name means that they're important to
and good at hearing
on there.
But who's hiring me for me?
Which one is prostituting you, basically?
I mean, not prostituting, because Jack... Okay, yes, fine. Who's his sugar daddy / mommy in this situation?
That's nasty.
You're probably sleeping with other people on the reg, but the Irkali has never romantically pursued you.
They're not one of my financial patrons, but they are paying me well, so whatever.
This is actually probably you're probably
financially sexual patrons.
This is probably the first time you've ever been approached by this family to perform for something. And what's weird is that they're not paying you to perform for them. They're asking you to perform for the barracks and the changing of the guard, which is what you're actually in the building that you will be performing in.
Yeah.
But you are not here for the reasons why you should be here, if that makes sense.
True.
So you could actually talk to you could talk to Ali about that. if you wanted to be like this changing of the guard ceremony, or if you wanted to ask about your patron to him, like stuff like that, Ollie could be able to help you with,
Okay.
rather than the paladins. They seem to be more from Fairhaven than Wire, but Ollie is Wyron, as they say. I don't know. I want to drop you guys some breadcrumbs and not railroad you, but you're making me railroad you.
Railroad.
Choo choo, motherfuckers.
Motherfuckers, it's your motherfucking birthday.
I mean, right now my concern. First of all, I have agreed to help with the performance.
Right. But
My
you know
concern
nothing
is
about it.
Yeah, the
Sure.
performance. I mean, yeah, Jacques told me. I don't think he told me much about it. I want to find a press because I believe it's still in the area.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say like to the guards, well, like you help me with a press, and I'll help bring down this half-orc dude, and see about bringing down this cult as a whole, or at least like helping to do that.
And I got nothing to steal or fight, so I'm just kind of there.
Need a purpose.
But you could, if you wanted to go down to the docks, Mouse, and check on your ship.
Fuck it. Might as well tell him we're parting ways.
Yeah, I mean, like, if that was something that you also wanted to do. There's, like...
I mean, I didn't particularly care. I was just gonna leave without saying anything.
Oh,
but like...
That's what I still want. But, like, in terms of stuff, if you wanted stuff in a quest log, per se, like, if you wanted to open up your inventory menu and click on your quest logs, there could be, like, go talk to this person kind of things.
I mean, I might as well go to the docks real quick. I got literally nothing to do.
Or you could talk to your party members about, like, what the fuck is going on, since you have no idea what the fuck is going on.
I've been paying attention. Like, Mouse gets it. Gotta kill occult people.
Mouse is with it.
Yeah.
Mouse knows this is serious.
She's down to clown. She's high energy, but she does have moments where she knows, hey, this is serious business. We need to fucking axe these people.
God, I love her.
Thank you.
Okay, so okay. So if you wanted to go find Jara again and be like, we'll help you.
Oh,
then...
I thought we made that clear.
Well, okay. So you go and tell the paladins that you're on their side, and
I mean, I guess...
if they need assistance, that you're there for them if they're there for you.
I mean, I guess so. I thought I already made that clear to them, but I guess I didn't. So yeah, I'm gonna go do that.
I just want that kind of recap before I kick you out of the barracks.
All right. We're on the same side, y'all.
Cool. Jara definitely looks relieved and very happy by this, and he's like, we're very grateful for your assistance. Thank you. Honestly.
Ain't no problem. Listen, people like that make life worse for, common folk.
And we're here to serve the people. And he shakes your hand.
Yay! I shake it.
Awesome.
I guess I'm gonna go back to the docks or something. I don't know.
Okay. Temperance and Jacques, how are you feeling?
So you first, hon.
Well, while I'm in town, I would like to offer my assistance with the local group of cultists.
We plan to ride out tomorrow morning and search the area. Today we need to do reconnaissance of our own before we start including others. I'm sure you understand.
That makes sense. Perhaps I can spend the rest of this day practicing my music.
I mean, I don't want to dissuade you guys from like going out and checking the main and surrounding area, but you definitely wouldn't get their assistance today.
Yeah, I was actually feeling like doing some just low key reconnaissance tonight.
Ooh, yes, I'm about it. Good. Okay, so you know that they'll help you in the morning of tomorrow, because
Yeah.
they need to get their bearings today. And you kind of get the impression that Jara is waiting for something, like the paladins are waiting for something, but you can't quite figure out what.
Yeah, I don't know if it would be in character to ask him up front about that, but I would keep that in mind.
Yeah.
I'm a stealthy boy, and so
You're a polite boy.
I'm a polite boy as well. So combine all these things, and it's just like being low key and
Yes, exactly.
noticing things. Yeah.
And noticing you can. So, Ollie will then escort you out of the barracks. So, back down the hallway that you came from, up the stairs again, and through the more common areas. And then back out into the courtyard. And he'll thank you all for your assistance and for your help. And do you tell them where you're staying, or do you tell them that you'll be back in the morning?
I'll tell him I'll be back.
I'll be back. Hey! High five.
Our characters are in love.
Oh man. So okay, so from the vantage point of the stairs, you actually see the whole town, which is pretty cool. That's how elevated you are. Wire isn't per se a very hilly kind of area, but this definitely feels like the best vantage point. This is basically when you climb a church tower in Assassin's Creed and you look out and you can see the whole town.
Mhm.
Nice.
So you see the Wyern River, and at the back towards where the Lucky Apple Ale, like where the ale house is, near there, ask are the dockmaster's offices and the banks and the docks themselves, and that's where Snurkle, like where Mouse
Mm-hmm.
kind of has familiarity with. So you can head there. It's probably
I want to steal from my boat one last time.
Steal from your boat, stealing quest.
yeah,
Amazing.
it's definitely like you have
More importantly, would a pirate ship that's been on the seas for a while have magical items?
No.
you're not a pirate ship, you're a cargo ship.
Ah, I could have sworn we were pirates. Well, anyway.
Love how we decided to skip Jacques completely.
I mean, do you still have like the invitations and the letters and stuff from your patron?
Yeah, which is why I want to go see them.
Huh.
Let them know I'm here. Sometimes I get normal jobs. I know what I'm doing.
Okay, did you talk to anybody about them? Like, Ollie is still standing with you. I'm
gonna probably ask Ali. And I talked to the. I'm getting some badass feedback. Who am I feeding back through?
Feedback! Feedback! Feedback to where you once belonged.
Anyway, yeah, no, I asked Ali. No, I'm still feeding back. Who am I feeding back through?
I'll disconnect and re.
Yay.
Yay.
I think you're good now.
Welcome back, it's
Okay.
been ages.
Anyway, so I'm gonna ask Ali, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, so I think I told you. I don't remember if I told you or not. I'm performing for the Kali family. Could you point me to their estate?"
No, not me, friend. Must have been Jara. The Irkali. I'm not sure what that's about, but phew. The Irkali residency, and he points to this. Oh, like probably the second highest building in town. Points over there and goes, "That would be the manor, or what we believe to be the manor. I'm afraid this noble is not in town as often as we'd like him to be, but
Well, he's paying me enough to be in town, so hopefully he's there. Or she. I don't know. I ain't picky.
me. But that is where you'll find the most luck.
I thank him, and I head out towards the mansion.
Are you gonna try to convince your party members to come with you?
I have no qualms coming with him.
I don't know.
And Temperance, if you would like to join me, since you will be playing lute for me.
Liar, actually.
Oh, liar, excuse me. I will play the lute, I suppose.
We're going to some rich uppity place?
I don't know how they're gonna
Mouse,
feel about like
you
an
aren't
obvious
fucking
thief
Peter.
and a tiefling joining, but you know.
Oh, well, I wasn't sure if I'd already gone because she.
They hired a half-elf. I feel like they're fine.
Probably.
I assume racism is a big thing.
I'm a quiet dude who hate the chaotic stereotypes of my people, so it's okay.
Cool. Mouse, I thought you ran off to go shopping.
What?
Towards the docks? I mean, we can
Yeah.
party split here. I wouldn't have an issue party splitting here.
Well, I mean, I was
do it.
going to, but then you said that it was a cargo ship and not a pirate ship, so now I'm like, well, what's the point?
You could steal
Plot!
the cargo ship.
Plot.
You can steal cargo from the cargo ship.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably nothing even good to steal.
A cargo can stay in the cargo ship, but that's not what ships are for.
What? Anyway, I mean,
I don't know.
There's not a lot of fun stuff to steal, but there's a lot of fun plot to explore.
Okay, fine. I guess I'll do that.
Alright, do you want to do that? Which ones do you want to do first? Do you want to do the dock first, or do you want to do the manor first?
Manor.
Manor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go to the manor.
So, I guess what would happen is Mouse would go, "I'll be right back," and then dart towards the docks.
Yep.
hmm
Ah,
And would abandon you and Temperance kind of like just outside of the barracks and start like skip hopping, somersaulting towards
Yes.
the docks.
Doing the high roll.
Oh my god. My angel. And then you and Temperance would look at each other and you'd be like, and then
True.
head towards the manor. And it's probably closer to like midday, noonish kind of sort of thing. And you pass. Give me. Well, you don't even need a perception check. Like, so on your walk towards this manor, you definitely see this, like, you see the stables and you see the smithy, which is where the majority of the labor in this town is. Like, this is the you have to pass by like the working quadrant of this town, and this is where your bakers and your smiths and your stable masters and your more blue collar-esque jobs are being done.
My hometown.
Like fantasy blue collar jobs are being done. Whereas where the Lucky Apple Ale House is more of a shopping district. Plain, obviously, but like still kind of charming. It's all charming. And there are guards walking around here too, kind of coming in and out. But they leave you alone for the most part as you make your way towards the manor. The manor itself is it's another 2-story building, but unlike the barracks, it's more townhousey than anything else. But because of the fact that it's got this structure and formalism to it, and it's probably one of the nicer buildings in town, it certainly distinguishes itself. It's right where this working road meets with the path, like another path that would lead you back towards the shopping district.
Okay.
So not quite center of town, but also not quite removed from the population. Let's see, who would be outside at this time? There's probably not a lot of activity going on, but it doesn't seem to be it doesn't seem to be very active, but it also doesn't seem to be without residents.
Okay. So like people are living here?
Definitely people are living here. But you're not quite sure if anyone's currently home. But you can check.
Cool. I would like to check.
So are you gonna knock on the door, or are you gonna call, or are you gonna
Nah, well, yeah, I'm gonna pick up my cell phone, and call them up. Yeah, no, I'm gonna knock on the door.
buzz me in?
What's the door code, y'all?
77777.
That's unlucky in Chinese.
Good. Okay. While you're waiting for somebody to come and answer the door, give me a perception check.
God damn. I have +5 to perception. So...
I just like it when you guys roll for me.
Oh, I have a 20, but it's not natural.
I can roll too. That helps.
Mm-hmm.
I got a natural 1. Why is my die garbage?
It looks like you need new dice.
Eh,
Did you say dyke or die? Cause like...
die.
Okay. I was gonna say, I have arrived.
He is rolling lesbians tonight.
Fuck yes.
Yeah. I think of it as like my D6s are good, so I roll good characters, but the downside is that I roll really badly with those characters. That's how I like to see it.
It's raining lesbians.
So,
Hallelujah.
Temperance notices nothing. This is actually the most at ease he's ever felt ever, because suddenly nothing. There's no stress. He's fine. This is great. Everything's
I'm gonna
great.
solve my murder puzzle. I'm gonna play some Liar for my new friend. It's all good. Everything's good.
Great for you, man.
But Jacques, you notice that like the vibe of this place is very like So do you remember how like, oh god, what pop culture reference will help me explain this? Like how the Addams Family house is way different than every other house on the block.
Okay.
There's that vibe for sure.
Okay.
And it's kind of in its own little gated area to begin with. The gate opened just fine, like when you guys walked in, but it was also like there is a physical separation between where this building is and the rest of the building, despite the fact that it's in the center of town.
Okay.
So you get that vibe from it. It kind of also gives you this weird vibe, like it gives you a hungover vibe, like that this house is better at night than during the day, which makes it feel like a brothel. And in fact, like last night when you guys were riding into town, this was the building that you found Temerity near. So you suddenly like the area is also kind of more familiar to you. What else does a 20 get you? And there are people who are in the working district who keep looking over to you guys, like standing in front of the door. But you wouldn't know if that's because like where like the location that you're in or the company that you're currently keeping. Hashtag Tyfling.
I don't notice shit. I'm just like daydreaming or something.
I mean, do I notice this man? I notice this man, right?
There's a couple of people looking, but like, yeah, you would notice.
I mean, Jacques looks like he is in the right place, and he has no qualms about the company he's keeping. He's waiting for this door to open, and he doesn't give a shit.
Okay.
Like he knows where he's supposed to be. He knows people pay him to show up. Like he knows what's happening.
Same. All right. So after like another minute or two of just like weird, awkward standing around, like you don't feel like you should be standing around for this long. There definitely should be a servant that opens the door or something. And just
I don't
before
sense anything.
you're fine. This is
Everything's
like
fine.
patience is your thing, man.
I'm just getting weird Phantom Menace vibes from this, and I don't like it.
Hey, Rebel.
Everything I do is a Star Wars campaign, actually. How'd you know?
Do it.
True.
I'm actually running a Star Wars campaign, you guys.
Oh my god.
Right.
I'm gonna.
Rebel, I want you to take a look at that.
I'm gonna
What is
fuck
this?
Darth Vader.
Just look at
Me
it.
too.
Same.
Y'all are. Oh, I kick shame everybody in this room.
As you should. Oh, actually, speaking of a really beautiful black woman,
Adriana.
the door opens,
Ah, fantastic.
and you're
Pat
now
puts on his best customer service face.
face to face with this definitely a drow.
Cool.
There is no qualms about it. You are face to face with a drow. But she is also
I mean, I wouldn't feel uneasy about looking at a drow, but thank you.
but like what the fuck is a drow doing here?
I mean, I probably automatically like assumed she like works for the people of the house because I'm racist like that.
Good.
Is her name
Secondly-
Doretha?
Secondly,
But he's not gonna say anything because
No,
he's gotten
no.
in trouble for that before.
I'm sure he's been. I'm sure, but instead of wearing like a proper prim, the woman's wearing a robe.
Okay, like a nightgown or like
Like
okay.
bright white lace robe. Like the
Now assume that she owns this place.
It is lacy, it is flirty, it is
Do I see titty?
damn near see-through.
Amazing. I'm
It's
into
like
it.
tastefully see-through. It's like the bits are covered ish.
Fantastic.
She is gorgeous.
Fantastic.
This is one of the prettiest women you have ever seen in your life. And like
Cool.
her hair is pulled back really tight, so like everything about her features is intense and sharp, and like the look on her face is kind of sleepy but also like warm and inviting, and she's oh, goodbye, whatever that was. Somebody roll me
What am I rolling?
I'll tell you in a hot second, actually, what you're gonna roll.
Okay.
I should just notice.
My die is in limbo.
It's like floating above your table.
Yeah, like levitating.
It's ready.
I wasted a key point on this shit, so.
Gia.
You're gonna make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, cool. I made a 14.
I got 17 plus 3. Not natural 20.
You're fine. You successfully save against being charmed, but that's fine.
Cool.
She
She lays it on thick, doesn't she?
Oh yeah, she does. This is and she smiles a little
And
bit.
who might you be, madame?
Why are you talking? Excuse me. Pardon my assistant.
I was gonna make a pun. Charmed, I'm sure. That was gonna be funny. Never mind.
I love it. You
The
must be the lady of the house.
That's what they call me. She extends her hand out to you, Jacques.
And he does indeed take it and kisses the top of it. Because
God.
he knows what to do in polite company. But he
Ah.
keeps eye contact the entire fucking time.
Oh man, she's got eyes that could rival a cat's look. She's gorgeous. Ugh. Yeah, it's fine. I've failed my charmed person saving throw.
Jacques is gonna lay it on thick, and he might as well cast Charm Person as well.
Bitch!
Go for it.
Yeah, okay, I cast Charm Person. Fucking roll.
That's a wisdom saving throw, so it's
Yes, ma'am.
14.
My spell save is 14, so I don't know.
Oh,
think-
that goes to her.
I think.
If it meets
Wait,
it,
She
doesn't the one who like does something win?
No, if it meets, it beats.
Like the tie goes to the runner.
the tie goes to me.
Tie goes to whoever's trying to do the saving throw.
Or whoever's rolling, I think.
Yeah.
I'll have to keep that in mind.
Well, it's different. If okay, it's more of a DM thing. If I roll and meet, then I beat. But if you roll and meet, I win.
Why?
DM rules.
That's dumb.
My house, bitches.
Your house is dumb.
Basically, she's like so thrilled that you just tried that on her that she like takes your hand and pulls you inside and is like, please come in.
Fantastic.
Bring your friend.
He knows how
I
this
just
game is
nod,
played.
avoiding eye contact.
Oh man. So she glides in, and it's a very lavish living room. There's like velvets and furs and more lace, and it's just like this is the pinnacle of excess, and it is incredible.
He is very, very into it. I just want you to know.
This is something that like Jacques would be so familiar with and so comforted by, especially since like you're used to stuff like this. That you're like, yes, yes, yes. No more dirt. Everything is clean. I'm here. I am home.
Shot in the shoulder again.
For the first time since leaving Fairhaven, you are at ease. Also, hot chick. So, like,
Hell yes.
definitely helps. Temperance, though, I feel like you'd be super uncomfortable.
Well, yeah. I mean, do I realize that I was about almost charmed? I guess if I make the saving throw, that's like a conscious.
Yeah, you definitely, like, knew that she was trying to charm you, but you're not sure, like, since you can't sense motive, you would have no idea why she did it. I mean, you could always ask.
Is that a thing I can do?
No, would it? I think that would be more sense motive.
Which isn't a thing, so never mind.
Well,
I definitely have my wits about me.
Yeah.
You don't
You
like
probably
it.
yeah. Jacques would definitely recognize this as like games played, but I don't think Temperance has ever run in circles this lavish.
Definitely.
So,
Cool.
she gestures to you boys to take a seat wherever, and she kind of like puts herself, well, I guess she'd wait for you boys to sit first. She's very polite. So, there's a ton of lounge chairs. There's a very obvious chair that seems like it's meant for the master of the house, kind of, sort of like the air about it is very like somebody important is supposed to sit here. But everything else seems to feel like warm and inviting and lavish, and there's just like cool, like there's purples and there's golds and there's greens and there's blues, and it's just
Fantastic.
a very inviting atmosphere. And everything's like, there's dark wood, but it's like one of those complex, rich mahoganies that you're just like, wow. Somebody put a lot of money into this townhouse, and I'm into it.
Nice.
So you boys sit. Jacques, you're probably very comfortable and very at ease, and you just like plop yourself down, and you're like, yes, please. I am here for this. And Temperance, you probably sit down very calm, cool. Would Temperance sit, actually?
I would sit after Jacques sits. Like a second after, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Jacques automatically curls up.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Because he...
Oh,
I want to
God.
try to seem serene, even though I do have my guard.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you could roll insight to see what her game is, but you couldn't roll insight to see like why she tried to charm you.
Yeah, I'll roll an insight anyway. I'm good at that. That is a not natural 20.
Okay. So the way that her you can gather from like very strategically placed side glances and like not creepy staring that everything that she's doing is very natural to her.
And everything
as
Jacques doing is supernatural.
Yeah, like she and Jacques have fallen into a rhythm and a pattern.
What?
Okay.
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 And this is the part in the recording where I had to go somewhere. Bye.
So, it would be very obvious to Temperance right now that, like, Jacques and the madam of the house are falling into like just the social, like a weird social hierarchy protocol kind of like dance game. This is pomp and circumstance at its finest.
Okay.
So you've maybe never experienced it, but you know that this is just like something you're unfamiliar with, but that isn't malicious.
Yeah, it's not a game that I really know how to play, so I'm just gonna be quiet and appear
Cool.
neutral. Yeah.
Yeah. And she smiles and offers to get you boys anything to drink.
Jacques immediately asks for a glass of wine.
Yes. And you, my horned friend?
Perhaps a herbal tea?
Of course. Pause intentional. She wasn't expecting that. And she glides off. Well, better. Picks up a bell. Rings
Cool.
it. And a very scantily clad half elf walks into the room.
I love it. I am into it.
Masked.
I mean, I'm also a half elf, but you know.
She's masked, so you can't see her face, but like
Cool.
Everything else we can see?
yeah, just about. Like there's very little to the imagination.
Yeah, if anyone's like scantily clad or sexualized, I'm gonna avoid eye contact without looking like I'm avoiding eye contact. I do not want any tiefling boners right now. Like,
But a good boy.
Oh man.
I've changed. I'm no
We're
longer
not-
a horny
A
boy.
horny paladin.
We're not here to sleep
Yeah.
with people. We're here to gather information. I guess could you roll me a performance check to try to be like casual?
Okay,
Jacques
Oh no, Jacques is fine.
that's a 21.
Oh,
amazing.
you are cool as a cucumber, my friend. You are mirroring Jacques right now, and it's working.
You know how this game works.
Jacques is actually probably like, oh, Temperance knows what he's doing. This is fine. Everything's fine. This
No.
is incredible.
Not worried about Temperance at all.
Yeah. No indication of uncomfortability. The half elf runs off to go get your drinks, and the drow looks over at you boys and smiles warmly, and she's like, "What can I do you for?"
Are you perhaps part of the Urkali family? I mean, I've already introduced myself as Jacques Boussilier the
Boussilier.
Bard. Yeah, like fucking most everybody who's anybody knows who he is.
Yeah, and so she smiles and she's like, "Yes, my dear Boussilier boy. I'm unfortunately I am Madame Eris. I am no Irkali, but I am Master Grayson's trusted keeper of his home. I'm
mistress,
afraid you.
essentially. I don't say that, but I'm saying this OOC, like his mistress, basically. Chill. I'm into it.
Grayson's into some fun things. So, please, I'm afraid you've caught us at a very embarrassing time. The master went off this morning on a hunting trip. Is there anything I can do for you? Any assistance I can offer, any information I can offer, any company I can offer. I'd
Oh
love
my.
to be of help.
Oh my. Steffi, you're opening a very dangerous path, especially because like he is dubiously sure that she is a mistress, and he does not want to overstep his bounds, as he does not know what the lord of the house is here for, you know. So he's gonna smile, I guess, and Just say, my dear, I require absolutely nothing of you but your time.
Then, by all means, it's all yours. Half elf comes in, and she hands Temperance very aromatic tea. It even before you receive it, it smells great. Like it's not leaf water. This is proper herbal tea. And there's, it's just best goddamn tea you'll ever have. And for Jacques, it's the finest elven wine.
Fantastic.
It's a full-bodied red. Who cares that it's basically noon? It's a full-bodied red. And there's nothing about it is disappointing.
Awesome.
It's one of those things that you're just like, good money has gone into this wine. This is not a house that plays around. And if anything, you're pretty sure that this is all like the Drow's doing. Oh man, she's just so cool and so sophisticated. And she's also got a glass of red that the half elf gives her. And the half elf nods, curtsies, and kind of like if you could see her face through the mask, she's definitely like looking over at you boys, but you can't tell like what she's focusing on. And she goes off. And Eris offers on her glass, and she's like, "To good company." Do we clink and drink?
We do.
Absolutely.
We do that.
Excellent news. So she settles back into this chair. She took the very important master chair, which like is a power move all in itself.
Fantastic. I mean, Shock is so used to like playing
Dominant
up
females.
as no, playing it up as like the second man. Like he understands that he is not the one in power, and he plays to it. Like he knows that whoever is hosting or whoever at the moment has the most power and seems to be like in the biggest position, he is like right there as like a wingman type of situation.
Sure.
Yeah, like he knows how to play a room.
Ugh, what a good boy.
Yep.
So Eris probably asks to see the letter more out of curiosity and just to make sure that there's no discrepancies.
Right, yeah, obviously he hands it over.
And she looks over it. And she's like, I'm not sure if this is my master's doing, but it is the Urkali sign.
And I assure you, ma'am, it is also the Urkali coin that is financing my trip.
I expect nothing less. This is quite a lavish family.
As I can tell. If quite the eye for decor.
This must be, she says, to celebrate the importance of the Urkali general that they have in their midst. I didn't know he was stationed out here in Wire, though. She kind of pouts a little bit, and it's really cute. She's really cute. Guys, she's really cute. But basically, it's not quite news to her that a bard's been hired by the Urkali family, but then there's also like she certainly wasn't aware that you were being hired for not them, if that makes sense. Like when you arrived, she was like, yes, Abu Silier, of course, we'll have him for a house party. I didn't know we were throwing a house party, but I guess we're going to throw a house party. guard ceremony. That doesn't sound right. Kind of thing.
Jacques is equally as confused as her.
And were you approached by a member of the family or a servant?
No, ma'am. In fact, the letter came by my servant.
Fascinating. And she hands you back the letter and she doesn't seem to like question it super deeply. And she's like, have you been provided with room?
Have I?
Yes, at the Lucky Ale.
Yes, and I tell her that.
Aw, a charming facility. Establishment, my apologies.
I assure you, it is not the worst place I've been booked for.
Well, we'll most certainly try to help make your time there lavish. We'd offer you room here, but we weren't sure that if you were bringing accompaniment or not. And she looks over at Temperance and she's like, you've been awfully quiet.
Oh shit, Temperance.
I've just been admiring the pleasant company. And I take a sip of tea.
She loves that. She loves that so much. And like her smile and she turns back to Jacques because he's more interesting company. And she goes, will you be... I'll take it this horned fellow here is your, is with you, my darling?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that real quick?
I'll take it the horned fellow is with you, my darling?
He is indeed.
And what will you be playing?
Me or him?
music.
Okay.
Both.
Actually, that is exactly what I wanted to discuss with the lord who hired me. See, oftentimes I am asked upon special requests, and he gives her a bit of a look. Like, cause he does play, but he also does more. You know, he's like, he's got like, you know, in a spa, you go to a spa, you're like, could I get the standard facial, but also could I get some like, you know, some bonus extra like cucumbers and shit on top of it, you know?
Yeah. A good, a boy of many talents.
Hell yes, he sure is.
And she grins a little bit. She's like, I can assure you that the master of this house wants for nothing.
I mean, he's not implying that. I assure you, madame, I'm not implying that. I never wish to impose myself, but I do wish to have some sort of direction for the performance.
So polite. We here love more. We're bigger fans of the elvish persuasion. Anything that you can think of that comes from those beautiful elder melodies of the Eldine Reaches would be quite preferred. For something as official, she kind of sighs at that a little bit. Preferably something more nationalistic. You know how these village folk are.
Of course, madam.
As for scores, I'm sure you know all the music that we'd love to hear. But we can provide you with sheet music, if that would make things easier for you, my darling.
Fantastic, ma'am.
She rings her bell again. And this time, not the same half elf, but another half elf. Well, less elf, more human, but still elfy. Still you're getting the hint that this house likes pointed ears.
I love it.
It's a fetish, but
I'm into it.
And horns, apparently.
well, she's
I mean,
into a lot of
tieflings
things.
have pointed ears.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
I think so.
Fucking love that video.
Actual footage of the performance.
Love it.
And it's not it's a half elf boy servant.
Cool.
Also same kind of scantily clad ensemble. They don't wear a lot of clothes in this house.
I mean, Jacques is very into it. Like he's obviously he obviously has a preference, and he's found it.
And then the boy runs off, and not even almost as soon as he was like dismissed, he comes back with not quite briefcase, but a gorgeous carved wooden box that you would put like sheets of parchment in.
Right.
And it's lacquered and it's shiny and it's beautiful. Like it's got this warm glow to it, and it's got elvish ruins.
Steffi, I didn't even mean to see that you reblogged that picture of the three guys under the cherry blossoms, but I went to go also reblog it, and I see your fucking notes right at the goddamn top.
Hey.
I am glad you follow that blog as well.
It's a good blog, my friend.
Well, yes. In T ways.
Amen. But yes, so basically it's she hands you the music, or the music is handed to you, and she's definitely unimpressed with that much, because patriotic music is so dull and boring.
Right.
But she quickly sits up straighter with a start and goes, how long do you plan to stay in town?
Well, my lady, the performer, or madam, I don't know how he's supposed to refer to her, but he knows how to.
Madam is good, because she
Okay.
introduced herself as Madam.
Alright, madam. The performance, under my understanding, is roughly 5 days away, and then I suppose we'll return within the next 3, unless you have another need for me.
I can think of several needs for you.
In character, out of character.
In character. She adjusts. She sits forward a little bit more refined, more dignified for a woman
He
In
is
only lace.
Yeah, he's not sitting up so much as he is like casually leaning in the chair, like
Yes.
Yeah. Got his arm on the arm of the chair and is leaning his head in his hand, like
Yeah, being cash.
Yeah, super cash.
Chill, super chill. And she's like, I will run it by the master, but if you would be so kind as to perform for us during a more intimate get-together than some stuffy ceremony, we'd love to have you.
Okay. I would be thrilled.
And your looks at Temperance, makes eye contact with Temperance.
Oh boy,
Company.
it would be a pleasure.
She's here for sacrilegious shit. Like, you gotta let her do this.
My draw baby is in for a lot of things.
Hmm.
But yeah, so as far as that goes, you're definitely under the impression that like you could be here for the rest of the day and she wouldn't have an issue with it, but like you will not be seeing the head of the house anytime soon. So like, if you want to stay and get wine drunk and have a blast,
Oh hell yeah, he's into
definitely
that
could.
idea. He's so tired of getting shot at and seeing dead bodies and like.
Oh, is he gonna tell her all about that?
Oh hell yes! If they're gonna get wine drunk and gossip, he is going to spill the beans.
Spill this tea. No, I mean she'll
He's a
definitely.
storyteller. Like that's what he does.
She would definitely go like ask you boys like, so how did you two meet?
Okay, that's my thing. Is now I don't want to know. I don't know if I'm like should just straight up tell her that he like technically saved me from a cultist.
Mm-hmm.
Because he probably wants to be like make her more assured that they've performed together before. So I might have to roll something for that.
You could roll a bluff check if you're gonna go with
Well, because it's a 19.
Oh boy.
And there is no bluff, BT dubs.
Whatever.
There is
I only
deception.
live in 4th edition rules.
Ooh, which I have a +6 to deception, so I have a 25.
streetwise.
Hell. So I got a 26 basically to lie to this chick.
Oh god.
Or 25 to lie to this chick that we've known each other for a while, but we met under dire circumstances.
In Fairhaven, yes. She looks. She is invested in this. Like a very concerned, sympathetic look in her eyes as she leans in a little closer and puts her hand on her face and just looks at you boys intently. It's like, dire circumstances, do tell.
Okay, he tells a fucking story because I rolled a 25.
Jesus Christ. Like, with you being the hero, of course.
No, I mean, he makes himself out to be a bit of a victim.
Oh boy, yes!
I was personally attacked.
They shot me, madam!
Ruffians.
And Temperance absolutely saved me. Is basically how that goes.
I mean, Temperance would play along with the fiction regardless of what you say, but you know.
Yes, boys. Oh god, she is into this. Oh my god. You beautiful boys. Has both of your drinks refilled. I really can't stress how good this red wine is. It is.
Nice. He's into it.
Oh.
He is probably pretty drunk at this point.
And then, yeah, I mean, like, it's basically, so, like, the mood is definitely, like, tea time, but also, instead of tea, it's wine, and instead of proper company, it's half-naked people.
Awesome.
In fact, like, there's probably an unspoken but heavily implied, like, if you also want to get naked, that's fine too.
I mean, he's probably not going to undress because he doesn't have any clothes for that. He didn't bring his sexy outfit.
It's true. He was not ready for this. He's
not
got one for sure.
ready. If she wants to provide, he is not going to object.
Oh man, I get. That's a.
Especially for this like this like private get together that she is.
Oh, there's
asking
definitely gonna
to
be
have.
Like, there's definitely gonna be things provided for that. Especially since you've been tailored by Urkali family.
Yep.
So they can get the information for that and it wouldn't be an issue.
Fantastic.
So that's very exciting. You probably Is there anything you want to know about her? Is there anything you want to know about the family? Is there
I
anything
mean,
you
he
want to know?
probably asks about her, like asks her history, how she knows the family, you know.
Okay.
On the side, I casually asks how a drow comes to be the mistress of a very powerful man. Not that he's surprised, because elves are beautiful in every form.
You have a +1 charisma bonus, probably, so you're very well on.
Yeah, right? Like, that helps a lot.
Say the half elf and the tiefling. And they fist bump, and then we break the game.
Oh, yes.
You break your DM. Anyways.
Awesome. That's bound to happen.
So she explains that Grace sent is so that the Urkali family, while politically not of unfortunately much respect anymore, they do still have a lot of money.
Okay, sorry.
Bless you.
Continue.
Or was that a cough?
It was a sneeze.
Thank God.
Earlier, Snurkle was like, "Bless you," and I was like, I didn't have the heart to tell her that it was a sneeze. Or it was a cough, not a sneeze.
She'll know now.
Yeah.
Oh man, but explains that this is a very wealthy mercantile family, that they do extremely well.
Right.
That the Master Grey Scent is a very shrewd and cunning businessman, and that their placement out here in Wire is such a disservice to Ondare as a whole, because they deserve to be in Fairhaven. And if they get third glass of red in, she's probably like, it's truly unfortunate. The master's brother, although quite charming and quite capable and quite wonderful, has no right to be in Fairhaven, basically.
Right.
And
Fairhaven is probably like the born nobles,
yes,
and this man's probably like a self-made rich man.
yes, that's definitely, yeah. So it's actually more like the history of this family is that they are nobility. They have land, but because of family politics, that is kind of like above you, just because like your family never had to deal with actual like bloodline politics per se.
Right.
The Urkalis were cast out of favor from the current Irwaran bloodline. Like, the current monarch does not care for this family, or so says Eris. And that's why they've been stationed out here in the middle of nowhere in some dirt town surrounded by peasants.
He nods sympathetically, like he understands completely.
Oh, she is not about this, especially since she explains that she herself comes from a very wealthy family, but like you don't need to believe that. You don't even need to believe that's true, but like, she explains that for her, luxury and sophistication is wonderful, but it's truly the company that she's craving, and that Graysant and the Urkalis in general have just provided her with so much opportunity and so much, like, she's so grateful for this family, because they let her be as important as she is. And I mean, also, they recognize true beauty when they see it.
Philip?
Oh my god. Let's see how we get Temperance to talk through this, though.
Hell yes, hell yes, hell yes. Temperance. Are all of the like servants in the room at this point kind of like hovering?
Not hovering per se. There will be one or two that like stands around, like close by-ish. Then it's like the same female half-elf that was summoned previously. Like a few servants have come in and out, but the one that hovers the most seems to be the one that came with the first bell ringing. And you're not quite sure, like, if it's because she's the personal servant of this drow, or because she's the one that's supposed to take care of guests. If that makes sense.
Right.
But yeah, there's probably one or two servants that sticks around. There's maybe a staff of 5 or 6 different individual ones that you see just from like your passive, which is ridiculously high.
Yeah, 15.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, I'm into it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a small enough manor that like you can't imagine there being too much going on, but also they manage to stuff every square inch with something ornate and luxurious, and if it's not a physical object, then it's a person object.
Right.
They are cool cats. But yeah, I mean, so all that. What else? Why do you ask?
Just curious.
Okay. But yeah, there would be a few servants hanging around. And that's mostly to like refill your drinks and fluff pillows and look pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what else to do here in terms of like
Encouraging words for a DM to say.
Like, I don't know what you want me to do either.
I mean, I just don't want to go straight to a full orgy scene, you feel?
Oh, is that what we're going for?
No. In terms of like, at this point, I would probably like...
Jackson to the idea.
No, I mean, at this point, I would probably like...
Actually, because he's probably eyeballing like 2 or 3 of the servants. How
True.
you do.
It's what you do. They're all pretty. No, I mean, at this point, I would be switching over to Snurgle, who is not here,
Right.
to explore the docks.
I mean, you can finish up with us.
No, I mean, for the most part, you're done. If you guys want to stay with her longer, you can. If you wish to politely excuse yourself, because, like, I feel like after a certain point, Temperance would be uncomfortable with the fact that they've just, like, stuck around all day.
Yeah,
Right.
I want to see if I can do that at some point. Just politely say I have other business to attend to, and probably go and do a bit of scouting. Because
Okay.
Temperance doesn't want to get into an orgy. Like, he's a monk, you know.
Yeah, no, I mean, and it's less even like the sexual tension and more just like the pretentiousness of the engagement between Jacques and Eris, you know?
Yeah.
It's probably
So I'd
just
find like a polite out and go and just check out these cultists.
all right, well,
Or like recon, not anything like super
Oh,
in
yeah.
depth that I my head cut off, but just
Yeah.
checking out.
No, sure. Well, before you go, Eris kind of goes, do be careful out there. The locals aren't too friendly with those who are different. And she smiles a sympathetic smile and then turns back to Jacques. And you're escorted out by one of the half-elf servants.
Okay.
And you are now in Wire. Outside, so the smithy is probably like one of the closest buildings to you. What else are you near? There's a there's like a dilapidated building not too far off from where you're standing, but like that's in the city proper, so you don't per se need to care about that. The smithy, if you wanted to, it's a smithy with stables attached, so you could also per se go find a horse, but
Yeah, I'm pretty poor now. I gave most of my money to
exactly.
Jacques in a game of cards. So I'm just gonna walk a bit, check out the area.
Since it is probably like 2 or 3 at this point. You have put, like, time has eluded you, and you have spent more time than you were comfortable with, like, in this manner.
Yeah.
So you
I
managed
could
to
just
kill
go back to the inn, or
You could, in hopes to find temerity or something, but you could also go explore the main again.
The main.
The road.
Oh yeah, I will explore actually.
So where you would be standing at the charmingly named Velvet Corner, which is the Noble's Manor. It would be the Velvet Corner, the smithy, a couple of other like shops or workshops, the barracks, and then the gates, which are open. And I mean, if you wanted to like just go down this street and leave, you definitely could.
Yeah, I don't want to seem suspicious or anything.
Yeah, and I mean, like, this is definitely during the day, and because of the fact that it's still properly during the day, you're not in any threat.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought when you said it was
attention.
3, I thought like 3 a.m.
No, this is still middle of the day, so you're
Okay.
like, so this would be great to recon to like see location-wise.
Yeah. Yeah, go back to where I was when I got attacked, that sort of thing.
But you're not quite
That
sure.
surrounding area.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you're not quite sure that you'd run into anyone right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to because it's just literally me and a short sword and level 1 boy. Like
That's the name of my band. Just me and a short sword.
Honestly. You could do that. You could run down to the docks. You could run down. There's so many places you could go, honestly.
I'm gonna go to the road.
All right, so you make your way down to the main. Yeah, I imagine that, like, you had a passport anyways to cross the main, like, whether you forged them or not, you did have a way to get to this place. You probably weren't expecting to go into the city because of the fact that you were probably just like blindly looking for somebody, and then you also weren't expecting to take the main road when you were traveling to get here. But you probably along the way would have picked up a passport or something to walk them in. So to have that on you would be important if you're gonna leave and try to come back, because that's how that works. What else? But for the most part, the guards don't really give you any trouble. There are 2 men, though, standing outside that are dressed similarly to Ali. That identify them as captains. But outside of that, and then like the few other smaller entourages that are standing out there really doesn't seem to be the roll me an insight.
That is a 11.
Okay. Yeah, you're familiar enough with this tactic back in Fairhaven, or at least like you have the suspicion that you're familiar enough with this that it's more of a tactic to keep the civilian population from panicking by like upping guard security, but not by raising any, like it's upping guard security without alerting the public that something's wrong.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
So I can infer from everything, like the increased guard presence in this, that there is indeed something wrong.
Yes, and
Like bigly.
yeah.
Bigly.
And you might not be sure if it's because of like the cult or something bigger. So
Okay.
there's that. So you make it to the main, and you head towards the Chanth Woods. Is there anything specific that you're trying to accomplish out of this little recon mission?
I think to get a sense for the area, to notice any clues about where everyone is.
Mm-hmm.
If there's any hideout around here, something like that. Any base guards. It's definitely a classic low-key recon thing
Yeah.
in preparation.
So you guys were attacked. Jacques was attacked about a mile outside of Wire. So you do have to walk a bit in
That's
order
okay.
to get out there.
Tempe can walk.
I love it.
Yeah, and I mean,
Boots are made for walking.
That's just what I'll do.
the cold morning has bled into a warmer afternoon. But the woods themselves, once you hit that good sweet shade of the Chanth Woods, you are definitely refamiliarized with how cold it is. And that it's still, that while spring weather is flirting with the area, it's still the domain of winter. What else? But there's enough sunlight currently that there is no threat of the sun setting, and there is no threat of, damn it, like, you don't hear any ominous presence. It's like you're safe enough in the day that even predatory creatures wouldn't harm you.
Yeah, but I'd want to be getting back before
Right.
nightfall, I'd assume.
Yeah. For more than like cult reasons, especially. Wolves, man.
Wolves.
There'll be wolves, probably.
A lone level 1 boy is not going to survive a wolf encounter, so...
Oh man, not
I mean,
at
if you
all.
are planning to kill me, now's the time.
Now's the time, as you're emotionally invested. No, so you manage to... it doesn't... You don't get there rapidly, but you do manage to get out to where you were yesterday with a pretty steady pace, or at least you think you are where you were yesterday. The problem with these woods is that everything is so monotonous and so similar that you feel like you're in the right place, but you also might not be. So there's that kind of ephemeral nature to this place.
I'm not particularly knowledgeable about nature.
Right. So you're pretty
Totally in my
sure
element here.
you're in the right area.
Good enough.
Let's see. Roll me. Oh. Excuse me. Roll me a Percepzione.
Natural 1.
Ah, yes.
Goodbye, Temperance. It was nice knowing you.
It was nice playing you, Temperance. You had potential.
You get caught in quicksand and you die.
Yep.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Needle in the Hay starts playing in the background. No, I mean, so, you basically waste the next, like, hour or two trying to find something, anything that maybe could have been left behind, that maybe there was something, but like after a certain bit you start to even question if you're in the right spot.
Oh, God.
In the right fucking country.
Like it gets to the point where the shadows start to play tricks on you. Like it's one of those things that you thought you'd be fine, and you thought like this would be easy, and you thought like being by yourself and doing this would be easy because, like, I mean, this is what you've been doing. It's fine. But the fact that Oppress, like, showed himself to you, and the fact that, like, you know that these guards are, like, you know that these cultists are out here, you start to get paranoid, and then you start to get sloppy. So it's one of those double-edged swords where you psych yourself out of the situation. Yeah. Like, you're fine.
You think
This
you're
is
gonna
like an artifact
die.
of Temperance's past, I think, when he was like based solely on whim and emotion, and he would do this to himself all the time.
Hell yes. Oh, I already know Steffi's into that.
That's why I made the character.
You made Temperance before you met me.
Before,
Don't do this.
yeah, that is true, but you know.
We can't retcon to say everything you do is for me.
Absolutely for you, shut up.
You'd like that, but you know. Right.
It's true.
Let's rewrite history. I've been in your life forever. Anyways, alright, so you actually just like waste the next 2 hours, like doubting yourself and then getting paranoid.
That's fun.
If I can... we never came up with a thing. I'm upset.
Do I need to roll a certain...
Yeah, but like, I don't even know what I would have you roll, so I'll have to retcon that with you later.
D100?
But like...
I'm down for it. We can just. This can be my last scene in this episode, and then we can work out that later.
Alright, then let's do that, because basically you're gonna go home with no information because you have wasted your time. But
24.
I'll write that down. I will just make it the paranoia thing is way stronger than you've experienced in a long time.
Okay, this can be a precursor to a prelude. Okay.
Yeah.
Prelude. I love it.
Everything for the next hour, especially for as long as you're in these woods, like your whole walk back, you're going to like. It's going to be a double-edged sword. You're going to be more on edge, and because of the fact that you're more on edge, it's going to take you longer to get back to Wire, despite the fact that you're only like half an hour, 45 minutes out from where the city is, like from the villages. It takes you like the sun is basically setting by the time you get back. You've taken so long.
This is so classic Alex.
Paranoia strikes again.
I love it.
I love you guys.
Oh yes.
I think I want to call it here since like
Aw.
well, because like the Dock Masters is something that I'd really like to put time towards because there's a lot of small nuanced
Doc just makes a lot of small talk.
yeah, I mean, like,
It's kind of flirty, wine drunk.
yeah, I mean, Eris probably gets super comfortable with the fact that it's another noble-blooded, like, not noble, but, like, sophisticated, well-spoken,
Right.
charming, beautiful, like, company, you know?
Yeah.
It's like when you meet somebody and you're like forced to small talk with them, but then like the small talk just happens to be great conversation. So like you guys are basically getting wine drunk and getting to know each other, and it's a lot of fun because you're both super similar and super interested in arts and music and culture. You probably start discussing the subtle nuances of like music and nonsense. She's very charming.
Right.
I have like, so there's definitely art of her somewhere that I saw and cannot find on my computer, which is why I never showed you pictures of her, but she's like gorgeous. And I want to call it like way before this, like the campaign. We're done, kids, and we're still recording, which is weird.
Right.
There'll be stuff to cut out.
There's so much.
Someone shout so we can have like a spike for Snorkel.
The end!